right, we're back. Been out here weed eating around the shop area, around the house, around trees, back, everywhere. We still got a lot to do though. All this has got to be done, but probably not today. And I still got to do all that over there, but not today. It's getting warm out already. It's early in the morning, but it's warm. There's very little wind. It's going to be pretty hot today. It's going to be 102, 105 feels like, I think. So yeah, that's warm. But yeah, we got a lot of that done. We're watering the yard. We haven't had no rain in forever, it seems like. We're real dry. The sorghum Sudan is suffering coming back because of the dryness. There's no rain. So we got a chance of rain later this afternoon and tomorrow. It's not the greatest chance in the world, but you know, hey, if we can get some rain, that stuff will take off. So pray for rain, man. That's all I have to say, because we need it. What I gotta do now, I need to move my trailer. As I said, I got somebody come and get that cow-calf pair, good friend of mine. And we got her in the pen earlier. She's in there. She's actually happy because she's eating sorghum Sudan hay with the bull and the steer that's in there. So I'm thinking about where to put this trailer. I need to put it somewhere out of the way because I need to hook back up to it later. But I need to disconnect it because I need to go pull the battery off the Mahindra. It's dead. And I charged it. It ran for a while and just went dead again. I mean, not while it was running. While I was running, so what I did is I jump started it. Ran fine for several hours. Had the battery charged up with the alternator on the tractor. And 2 days later, it was dead again. Because I checked it the next day, it was still cranking fine. Next day after that, it was dead. So I think it's just a bad battery. So we're gonna take that battery off, go get another one. I hope it's not a short. It's not the alternator. It's not the charging circuit. Let's hope it's not a short, because those are a nightmare to find, especially on that thing. But anyway, so we need to get the tractor unhooked because I need to get to my tools. I need to get the battery off, put it in here, go to town, see what I can find. I guess I'll go to Atwood's or Tractor Supply or somewhere like that and try to find that. But I want to get that done before it's too hot, because on the other side of the tractor it's still in the shade. So I'm all about shade. Yeah. Hey, two of the granddaughters, I think they're going to, what is that called? The water park. I can't remember which one, Hurricane Falls or something like that. So they're about to go have fun, get in the water, get wet. So that's good for them. Remember when I was a kid, I enjoyed all that stuff. So good that they're going. Just don't get in the rivers right now in Texas, because in the lakes especially, because of the heat. The amoeba is going to be out, and man, that thing is deadly, by the way. So a warning. Now in the cold rivers like the Frio, you know, things like that, even probably the Guadalupe are probably okay, because that's real cold water because of the streams are coming in. But all these warm water lakes right now, the water is so hot that amoeba is just multiplying like crazy. If you don't know what it is, look it up. But what happens is that the amoeba gets into the nose and then gets into the brain, and it's more than likely you don't. I don't know what the survival rate is, but it's not good. I don't know if there is a survival rate. Survivor rates. Yeah. It's hot already. I've been sweating, and still working on my weight loss program here, which is called homesteading, by the way. And so yeah, that's where we are. We'll come back to you once we start taking the battery off the tractor, off the Mahindra. I think my camera stand's in there anyway, so I can set the GoPro up on a camera stand. Y'all can see what I'm doing. It's pretty easy to get that to that battery. That's what one thing they did really good on there. I appreciate them for. So anyway, we'll come back to you. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this battery off. It's pretty simple. It's behind the what I call passenger side steps, and so you got this pull pin here that holds the step in place. So you gotta get this guy off. I find it easy. I had it off the other day, but I might have to hammer it out. And so that's what the pin looks like. That goes through there. Pretty straightforward. I always go ahead and put the snap back in it, the retaining ring. So that way it's all one piece together so I don't lose anything. Then all you gotta do now is push this down. So the step goes down. Get y'all back a little bit further now. So that step goes down like this. So you can see where it went down here out of the way. So now we got full access to the battery here. There is one bolt that holds it in place. I think it's a 14 millimeter. Oh no, this is for the Mahindra 85P, by the way. So I just zip that thing off with my impact, set it beside the other ring. Then what you gotta do is then you can swing this out, okay? Ah, wow, I got this coming out of my window. This is all the trash I pick up when I'm out mowing or something, mowing hay or baling hay, and I see it, so we'll get that out of the way. So now I got you up where you can see a little bit better now. There's a couple of things to do here. I got right here, I've never had the battery off, so this section right here is pretty new to me, but I know this negative cable battery, you gotta put it back a little bit, but it's got a little quick disconnect, so you can get that out of the way, and then you can swing the battery on around at that point. There's a lot of dirt here. This is the original battery. So just gotta figure out what else we gotta take off now. So back here, there's a wing nut. I remember I saw this the other day, so let me get this off. That might help. I did see this the other day, so let me take it off. And I did have this battery cable off once. I do remember that because I had to hook the bell monitor into the post. And now I have to figure out what that does. I don't know. But I've never had the battery completely off, so I'm trying to figure all this out here. There we go. Ah, look at that. Look at all that dirt. Oh my goodness. Woo, there's a lot of dirt in there. That's our black clay, by the way. I probably got that battery hot. Make sure there's no fire ants in there. Surprised they live anywhere. Okay, so that lets us get to the battery. We'll get all this cleaned up, but we gotta get some of it out now. Okay, so now what I might do is go find a socket. Let me put this guy back on here so I don't lose it. Oops, see? Look at that. Working on losing it right now. So, come on, go on. Okay, I gotta take my gloves off. I can do this with the gloves on. Put it on there pretty good ways, because we're gonna take it back off anyway. All right. So I probably need to go find some sockets. I think I need a socket to get that off. That thing's not on there all the way either, but it's tight, so that's not the problem. It's been running like that for 3 years now, so. And we got this one to do also. So I'm thinking socket. Let me go grab my socket set out of the toolbox and I'll come right back. Okay, so I went ahead and brought my small ratchet and my socket set over here. I brought all my extensions just in case. I don't think I'll need them because I got deep sockets here. So let's figure out what size this is. I think that's too small. It might be a little bit closer. Not yet. I don't think it's a 10. This would be too small to be a 10. Of course, I could be wrong. Let's see what size it is. It's a 10, and I had one. 10 millimeters usually not where it'll be found. So, hold on. Wrong way. I knew it as soon as I got up there. What I'm doing right now is just backing that off so I can get the battery cable off. That's pretty loose. Okay, now I do got a lot of wiring in here. I had to replace the 60 amp that goes to the HVAC circuit on this tractor. I got a video on that where I went through all that troubleshooting. And you know what? Let me make sure if I got this. I hope I got this one. Yeah, I got it in here somewhere. There we go. So we can get that one off too. Let's see, I got my wrenches over here too, just in case. So, yeah, I got a video on what I did there and all the troubleshooting I went through to finally find out what the problem is, which is this connector down right here melted one of the circuits out. So I think that's supposed to slide out. I did bring a screwdriver with me to pry things with. It might be prying time. Yep, it is prying time. Okay. Find that thing, put it back. All back together. Make sure all the parts go back on so you don't forget. Because this was on underneath. The lock washer and the nut was on the top. So we have to remember that. And good thing we got it recorded, so now we know. Alright. So now I can put my gloves back on because I had to get this battery out. There's no telling what all is sitting in there. It's not going to be a light battery, I'll tell you that much. But I should be able to find this battery. I'm going to look at it when I get it out, figure out where I can find it at. It's an Exide. I think it's how you say that. I don't know. It's in there pretty good though. All this caked up mud and stuff in there. Yeah, you can see it's got some damage right there. Original Mahindra battery right there. Huh. I'm not sure. They don't really say when it was put in, but this is a 2018, I think, tractor, but that don't mean nothing in tractors. It could have been sitting for a few years somewhere. So, has a group size 31, co-cranking amps 925. So it's going to be very similar. This is more narrow, but I have to get a tractor battery. The way this looks. So, because it's pretty narrow. I mean, it's a very similar characteristics to my what my truck uses, my diesel uses, but it's just a lot more narrow this way. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, this way is more narrow. So, but we got the group size here, so we know what to go look for. Yeah, so that's how you get that off. Let me get God, this thing's heavy. It's a closed cell, so there's no maintenance to do on it, so it's definitely a dead battery. But so yeah, if this is I sold it as a 2018 model, just because that's the year I bought it, I think. Or when did I buy this? Yeah, I think 2018. And it's 2022. So there's 4 years right there. Not counting when they actually manufactured it. It was probably 5-year-old, 6-year-old battery, I would imagine. So yeah, it's due. You know. It's definitely due for something like that. But we'll get this junk all out of here too, which will help it. It probably got hot with all the dirt in there, so you need to make sure to check this from now on and keep the dirt out, or clean it out every so often. Because stuff that cakes up around your battery will harm your battery, so We really need to pay attention to that. Didn't think about it until this happened. So, hey, we learned. But it's an old battery, you know. Things are going to happen. So, it is what it is. There we go. Yeah, that pretty cleaned out. Is that a grease fitting? No. What that is? Oh, that's just a turn deal for that. That was a grease fitting. Remember, that's just another grease fitting, but it's not. Okay. So this is just the thing where the battery sits on to cushion it. Put that right there. But yeah. It's time to go get a battery. Okay, we found a battery. So, pretty common battery for lawn and garden and marine, actually. I didn't get a marine version. I got the lawn and garden version. So I found it I found one at Tractor Supply, but they didn't have these batteries all pretty much come without regular posts. They got screw-ons. So I looked at AutoZone. They had these in stock and the battery for about the same price. And I have, coupons for AutoZones. I buy so much stuff from them. So I was actually able to a little bit. So I was able to get it all in one spot. So the battery and the post. So these are screw on. And I don't have the right wrench up here, so I don't feel like crawling back up there right now and getting a socket, either a deep socket. So, which would probably be a lot easier, but I don't know. Probably should have. But this will work. Just a little crescent wrench. Actually, it's a real crescent wrench, see? But we'll get these tightened up, get the battery back on. We'll be rocking and rolling. Yep. So now, make sure I got all this stuff up. I need to have up. So now we're going to start the tractor. Let's go here. Okay. My key. I got everything out of gear already. Let's see here. There we go. That turned that motor over real fast too. A lot faster than my other battery was doing for a while. So hey, it's fixed. So we're good to go there. we're good to go. So I think that's it. That's all we're going to do this morning. It's getting hot. Like I said, we're going to be very hot today, but I need to pick these tools up, get that put up, and go inside for a while. It's hot. Jeez.